Hello and welcome to Night Fight! It is the third quarter final. Welcome everybody far and wide. We are about to witness ITC, not Mission 6, because I totally missed that. It's Mission 5 of the ITC. Precious cargo, 4 objectives, hammer and anvil deployment. We have Ultramarines, Space Marines versus Tyranids of the Jormungandr and something else variety. Kraken?
All Kronos except
Kronos and Jormungandr. So, looking forward to it. Make sure you sit back and relax. We have Jeff, the POS Brown.
One day I'm going to explain it to my son.
And Buckman Chris, who I think is a good one because he plays bugs. Yay. So, so without further ado, all the pre-dice rolls have been set. Welcome to everybody in chat. We have the Ultramarines, the red Ultramarines are in the deployment zone with the red tank in it, and then the other side, if you're watching the screen, to your right side of the screen, that deployment zone is the Space Marines. The left side of the screen, that deployment zone is the Tyranids. The Tyranids get to start deploying first. We're going to make sure the chess clock is set up on the Tyranid time. And guys, make sure you play some games. Make sure you have some fun. And let's do this. No kicking, no biting, no scratching, no screaming, no being pansies. Let's just play 40k. So as it is in ITC, we have 2 different types of deployments. We have a deployment where you go back and forth and then you roll off, and the person who finished deploying first gets to get a +1 to go first. And the other one is when you that's the odd numbers, and then the even numbers are when you decide to actually roll off. So this one is an odd number, therefore they're going back and forth and back and forth. So let's go over and say hello to the folks in the chat. Hello, Rise of Mortarion, Strayus, Amhala15, Blackburn, The War Mistress, Robert Lamborn. Hello, welcome to Night Fight. So we've got let's go quickly through the army lists. If you are watching on Twitch, the army list is down in the widget below. If you watched on YouTube, head on over to Twitch and check it out. If this is the recorded version, you will see the links to the army lists down below in the description, because there's lots of stuff to be happening. And we're going to be here for a couple hours just having some fun. Chess clock's going, so we're all ready to rock and roll. Apparently Chris doesn't remember how to use a chess clock, because Jeff's going to be the chess clock man. Right now we've got the Thunderfire cannons gone down in that building. We have a captain, Phobos captain, going down in the building that you can see in the bottom left-hand side of your screen. We also have a Relic Whirlwind Scorpius in the list as well. So Thunderfire Cannon, Relic Scorpius, we have a couple of different things. But let's quickly go through the lists. I'll put it up on I shall pull it up on my phone, because that makes it a lot easier. Okay, so Jeff Brown, Space Marines. These are brand new Ultramarines, brought to you by Games Workshop Balance Department.
Not Iron Hands.
Not Iron Hands, because even though Jeff really wanted to bring Iron Hands, I was like, no.
Maybe write the list before the Iron Hands.
Yeah, your list was submitted. You don't get to switch your list halfway through the series. What is this? That would be madness. A madness, I say. So Jeff Brown is running a battalion, Ultramarines, with a chaplain that has the mantra of strength. That gives him +1 damage, +1 attack, +1 strength, +1 strength, +1 damage. He has the benediction of fury, a bolt gun, jump pack, litany of hate, and he is a hero of the chapter with the Imperium's sword. Is that the Super Crozius?
Yeah,
that is the Super Crozius. Okay, so that's what we in the competitive scene have dubbed the Slaplin. Instead of Smash Captain, it's a Slaplin, because he's a chaplain who smashes you, slaps you. So he's a Slaplin, which is I think endearing and funny at the same time. We have an intercessor squad, which is 7 intercessors with a grenade launcher. Then we have a scout squad, which is 5 scouts with bolt guns, sorry. Another scout squad with bolt guns. An aggressor squad with 3 aggressors. A relic whirlwind scorpius. So that's the first battalion. Then in the heavy support detachment, a repulsor executioner with a whole bunch of guns. We're going to call him gunman. Gunman's Fury is what I'm going to call him. Then we have a super heavy auxiliary detachment with a Lord of War, a Rebute Guilliman. Super exciting for him. And then we have another spearhead detachment with a Captain in Phobos armor, an Eliminator squad, and then a Relic Leviathan Dreadnought with 1 Hunter Killer Missile. 1 Hunter Killer Missile. Storm Cannon Ray.
I was silly and I put 1 and 1.
And a Thunderfire Cannon with a Tech Marine Gunner with servo harness and plasma cutter and stuff like that. So, it doesn't seem like a lot, but from playing against Space Marines more and more recently, something I found is that Space Marines will murder your face. So you don't need a lot in the Space Marine army to do a lot of damage. They seem to be able to do that all on their own, which is super exciting. Okay, let's take a look at what Chris is running. Definitely something a little different. Right now is the guys, not something you see very often. It's definitely a little different than what you've seen the Tyranids run at any point in time. But Chris is, alright, he sent it to me on this. Okay, so Chris is running a Spearhead detachment of Kronos. And this Spearhead detachment has a Malanthrope as a Warlord. The Warlord trait is Adaptive Biology. Is that an extra -1 hit? No, that's the something else.
That's the -1 damage.
-1 damage after the turn. After the phase, in which basically at the end of the phase. So -1 damage if he takes damage. Then he has a unit of Hive Guard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Hive Guard with just Impaler cannons. Your tried and true trusty Hive Guard unit. Pretty snazzy stuff there. Okay. There we go. For some reason my Twitch wasn't showing me some stats here. Just had to switch it up a little bit. Thank you, Mikey Venges, for the follow on Twitch. Really appreciate it. And Osiris, thank you for the subscription. Really helps the channel out as well. Favor support, we have 3 Tyrannifexes with Rupture Cannons and Stinger Salvos. And they're going to be the guys that do most of the heavy lifting in this list as they shoot a lot from long range. And then Hive Fleet Kronos, we have a Supreme Command detachment with 1 Hive Tyrant with Adrenal Glands, Rending Claws, and 2 Devourers. Another Hive Tyrant with Adrenal Glands, Monstrous Rending Claws, the Maw Claws of Thyrax, which is a Relic Monstrous Rending Claws, Toxin Sacs, 2 Devourers. Another Hive Tyrant with Adrenal Glands, Rending Claws, 2 Devourers, and wings. All these guys have wings, of course. And then a Fortification Network, Hive Fleet Jormungandr with 3 Spore Cysts with Death Spitters. So they're Jormungandr, and they just sit basically around the table and put out lots of spores and generate a nuisance and annoyances and stuff like that. So that's pretty exciting as well. So I'm curious to see, last time we saw Chris on the chat, he went up against a Nazi list, and his crazy Tyrannifexes with the Flamer Cannons did surprisingly well. So that's definitely something that we're going to be looking at. As you can see here, so in this objective, in this mission, each player gets to pick 1 objective to be their priority objective. Now, Jeff is, if you're looking at the screen right now, Jeff has picked the one in his deployment zone. There's the lower closest to the bottom of the screen. As you can see, it's pulled back towards that building there as well. Whereas, Chris's is the one up in the top right-hand corner where there's a Spore Cyst that has been deployed as well. Bouncy Misha says, cheers for the Tyranids! So we've already got some rivalries beginning. I hope the Okay, must be just super choppy. Hold on 1 second here. Dude, oh, sorry. Settings. I switched the output. I hope it lets me do it in the middle of a stream here. Nope.
Put this guy.
Okay. If it's a little choppy, I do apologize. Simply because I changed the output to HD. The recording should be perfect. However, this might, you just want to listen to me. Good night. There will be no competition. Everything will be assimilated, says a tech mage. Illick Smith says, agreed, bugs need love too. That makes sense. Thank you for updating your overlay, so show point value breakdown. Nice. Yeah, of course. Thanks to Damien from England who set up the overlay, so we have all the secondaries and primaries that you can kind of see down under me. As the game goes, you will see how that goes, rocking and rolling as well. Hydromoose, thank you for tuning in, folks. Rise of Mortarium says, go blue Iron Hands. No, they're red Ultramarines. same difference.
Same, not.
Same thing, but not same thing. So we've got the 2 different camera angles. I hope you guys lean from that. We also have the chest clock camera as well. But put your predictions down in the description now before the game gets started, and I hope you guys sit back and relax. We have a good night of 40k. Of course, I can also make you listen to the players if I want, which is always very entertaining if they have some fun stuff to do, but we'll kind of get that done as it goes. So let's go over the secondary objectives that each player has picked here. Jeff has picked Big Game Hunter, there being that there are a lot of models with more than 7 wounds. He's also picked Marked for Death, and he marked for death the 3 Tyrannifexes and the Hive Guard, which means he needs to kill the 3 Tyrannifexes, the Hive Guard, and then at least 4 other big things. And he's also picked Headhunter as well. None of those really stack, which means he has to basically kill as many, almost the entire Tyranid army to get all his points.
Kind of the plan.
Chris, Jeff says that's the plan. Chris, on the other hand, has played a little bit more conservatively. He's taken Big Game Hunter because there are a few things that have guns, like the Leviathan, the Relic Scorpius. There's some vehicles there. He's also taken Recon, being that he has winged Hive Tyrants, which will allow him to move around the table a lot easier to get those points as the center of the board. And he will also wants to get ground control, which means his goal is to kill most of the enemy army while staying alive and then jump on as many objectives as he can at the end of the game. It also gives him a leg up. If Jeff does go first, he gets a chance to sort of bounce back and do damage, and then basically ride out the storm to get the end there. Go Weird Colored Behemoth, says Technomage. It's Kronos, and we have Kronos and Jormungandr, which are the 3 Spore Cyst of Jormungandr. Montfreck says that Nid color scheme is great. Looks like an Eldari Death World come to life and looking for revenge, which is super exciting. So it doesn't seem like there's a lot of subtlety in this deployment here. We've got the Space Marines basically deploying very aggressively towards the middle of towards the front of the table there. Right on the line, there's a Relic Leviathan Dreadnought. We have Gulliman sitting right in the middle of that little gun line, and then a Repulsor Executioner with aggressors inside.
They can't transfer Gravis. There's nothing about repulsors that can. So.
Cool. Okay, awesome.
Reserve.
If you have any questions, let us know. He's put the Slaplin in reserve.
Yep.
In the back corner, he's got the Scorpius, the lieutenant, and the captain, or the lieutenant and the Thunderfire cannon. Okay, folks, do you want to pause the clock there? Well, it doesn't matter actually, but okay, +1 to the Tyranids. Okay, Tyranids get the choice of going first or second. Oh, and the Space Marines are going to try and seize the initiative.
I do.
Oh, Big C's. The Space Marines have just seized the initiative. And after the Tyranids had the chance to go first.
Kieran's watching, that's for him.
Kieran's watching. Jeff says that's for you, Kieran.
He's probably like, he didn't
Yeah. Okay, with that, we're going to go to the... do you guys mind taking the whippy sticks off? With that, we're going to start the game. The clock is on Jeff, and we're going to go to the players as while Jeff moves, Chris is going to tell us why he's decided to bring a smash list of Tyranid bugs to the table.
Far am I from?
For fun?
16.
Yeah.
Talk about your deployment, too.
Oh, okay, so I just deployed, these guys in the way for them. I put 2 flyers on the table to get my recon turn 1. I got 1 flyer in reserves, just to have that 1 flyer so he knows that he can't ignore his back line. It's got adrenal gland, so it's charging on 8s. And then everybody's in range of the -1 to hit. Everybody here. I got the Hive Guard hiding up front because of their only 3-foot range. I think he thought I was going to put him back there, but maybe they're a little exposed, but their double tap is going to be nice. It would have been a bloodbath if I went first, that is for sure.
And with that, we've got Chris discussing kind of what his thought process was. And then we have Jeff in the middle of his first movement phase. So you can see there in the middle, he's got an intercessor squad. That's a 7-man intercessor squad, just like zoning out the midfield there. Then we've got an eliminator squad. Was it 2 eliminator squads? One eliminator.
One there and one
Okay,
there.
1 eliminator squad in the L, essentially towards the middle of the deployment zone at the front, and then 1 in the magic box or on the top of the magic box. That is in the magic box. Okay, off to the side there as well. So lots of this to go on, and we've got a couple of things. Hello, Hydra Moose. Nid's list is odd. I played all these units individually, but never in mass. Sometimes, in order to change up and switch up the meta, you have to just play stuff that people have never seen before, and it can really surprise people.
Psychic phase done.
We're into the psychic phase now of the first battle round, and that is all done.
There was actually a list like this at Michigan GT.
Oh, there was okay. Hold on, let me pass the camera. Okay, go ahead.
So there was a list like this at Michigan GT. He actually did the best Tyranid, where I did the second. And I think he got overall like 9th, which is really good. He had the 3 Rupture Cran and Tyranifexes, except his 3 Flyrants were pure DACA. And then he had the Spore Nodes, and then he didn't have the Hive Guard. He put in the Tyrant Guard so that his Flyrants could live the first turn. It was an interesting concept, but he did say that like every game but 1, his Tyrannifex got bad touched turn 2 or 3, and then for the rest of the game useless.
That's usually what happens when you have big units that do a lot of damage but can be bad touched, like Tyrannifexes or other things. We've all been there where you have a big nasty unit. It's like, I can shoot everything if I want. However, it can just get murdered. So welcome to everybody. If you're just lurking in the background, I hope you are enjoying Night Fight. This is the 3rd of the quarterfinal series. Quarterfinal series number 4 will be next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that will be Rob Primaris Powerhouse versus Jason the Tallyman, and that'll be our last quarterfinal. We'll have 4 semifinalists that will be battling it out in 2 more semifinal matches to determine the finalists that will lead to crown the first winner of the official Night Fight Season 1, and then we'll start gearing up for Season 2, which I will be really excited about. Stutter Scrub says, Spore Cysts, you're my hero, Chris. Dustin says you're his hero because you're running Spore Cysts, just saying. What's up, Shaner? What's going on, buddy? Rob got his army back? No, he's had a lot of people donate extra Marines and bits to him, which has really been helpful, so that's been great. Cool. So he's shooting with the Levy Dread right now?
Yep, into this dude right there.
Cool. Okay, so let's go to the players so you can hear it.
Reroll 1s and 2s. Thank God for Gilliman. 1 miss. Toughness 8. So 5s, we reroll 1s. And then reroll the ones. There we go. So that was a miss. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 at -3.
So you take away my 3, 4, 5, 7, 6 up. 2 damage a pop.
2 damage pop.
Oof. 1, 2.
Do you want to just call anything not flat on the table cocked?
Sure.
Okay. Just keep it easy. That's still 6. Good.
He's down to 2.
Down to 2. Okay. Double heavy flamers into that. 9 shots. Toughness.
6.
Okay. Those 2 wounds.
2 at
-1 or -2. I get it.
-2, and it doesn't ignore cover.
No, it's just heavy flamer.
Okay, so 5 ups. Both go through. 1
Yep.
damage each, so it's down to 10.
How many wounds did it start with?
They have 12. Heavy flame is 1 damage, right?
Yeah.
Gilman will shoot at that bad boy.
Sure.
3s. Reroll the 1s. 2 hits. Wounded on 5s. 1 wound. -1.
So 4 up. Goes through.
2 damage.
Does he blow up? He does not.
I think that one's just out of 30. That one's in 30. Yeah. Alright, so he'll shoot everything at that.
Sure.
I don't think I'm in range of the piddly 24-inch ones, so I'll put the stone bolters into that,
Sure.
which are in rapid fire range. And so just the stone bolts into that, everything else into that. So we'll do the 4 shots in the big gun, hitting you on 4s, rerolling 1, 2s, and 3s. Ooh, all 2s. Do that again. Oh, we did that again. Misses with all that. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This is the gather. Actually, let me just I'll grab the heavy bolters as well because they're all the same. Hitting on 4s. I'll reroll. I don't know what that one was. So 1, I'll reroll that.
Camera's not working or something?
No, it is. It's just being silly.
And 1 on 5s. And no 1. There's 2 1s. So there's
Okay,
2,
perfect.
3, 4 at -.
Okay, so let's take a quick look at the table as it stands, folks. So this is the shooting phase. So back here we have Relic Scorpius, a Lieutenant, Thunderfire Cannon. Then we've got the Intercessors. We have some Eliminators there. Eliminators inside that magic box, which is a ITC thing. We've got Aggressors inside of there waiting for the second turn to get the Ultramarines Doctrine out. We have a little unit of Scouts there. We have a little unit of Scouts, as you can see, just as the alarm back there. Levy Dread, Repulsor, and we have all the big guns over here, essentially. So the big, basically, Jeff is focusing on killing the stuff that can kill his heavy tanks, which is probably one of the most important parts of the game itself. Okay, perfect. And that is the mobile cam. Camera on Twitch is shuddering compared to YouTube. That is definitely something I have to look into. For the paint stream today, I switched the stream over to. Oh, I do apologize. It does look pretty rough. I did move the stream to 1080p, and it seems to just overload my system just a little bit too much. So I'll go back down to 720. So hopefully it'll simmer down now. It'll simmer down. Simmer a down. So cool. Okay, and then we've got it's Kronos inside of a Whirlwind Scorpius, of course, because Kronos shoots a lot, which is super important for that as well.
Toughness.
5.
Okay, so 3s. 2 wounds at -3.
So 5s.
Good. Kronos will fire again from his Skari ability. There we go. That's what I wanted to see.
You said -3?
-3, -2 normal, plus Devastator Doctrine.
6. 1 1
Okay,
2. What
so
is
2
it?
damage.
So 1 is down to 1.
Okay. In that case, I will fire the Eliminators first. And they're going to use their plus. They're hitting on 1s essentially, so I'll hit you on 2s.
Sure.
3 shots, hitting you on 3s, or hitting you on 2s, 2 hit. Wound you none, so it's fine. I want to blink out those wounds. Blink out the wounds. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Kronos will fire again into them. That's his innate ability. Hitting you on 3s, rerolling 1s. God damn those 2s.
Okay, so basically Jeff right now is focusing fire on a couple of the Hive Guard, and so he's killed one of the big Tyranifexes, killed 1 Hive Guard so far, but other than that, nothing else has happened really.
Kronos fire again for 2 CP. Same target.
So Jeff just used 2 CPs to shoot Kronos again. It's one of the new stratagems you can do. It's called Suppressive Fire.
There we go.
So it goes down. So sorry, was he for Big Game Hunter?
That's big.
Oh, sorry, marked for death. Marked, yeah, okay. So that is
There we
they're
go.
marked for
There's
death.
3 wounds.
It's a marked for death point there. Hello Nico. Hello Robert. Osiris, Stutter Scrub, Boozle, Three Noddy, Shaner. Thanks guys for tuning in.
How many shots?
I think the Whirlwind has to shoot back to back, similar to the Emperor's Wrath attachment strat.
Wouldn't make a difference. It doesn't say that.
I don't. Yeah. I don't. It honestly doesn't matter in the scope of things at this point.
Is this hit on 3s?
The 4th time on the Thunderfire cannon?
No, that was 3 times. with-
He shoots 3 times.
Whew.
and
He shoots
then,
twice when he doesn't move, and then you can make him shoot a 3rd time with the strat.
Wound toughness 5.
Yep.
4s.
Technology does suck sometimes, Stutter Scrub.
And
Although
wound
the Stutter
5
Scrub
at
podcast, the
-2.
latest episode, was absolutely hilarious, which is great. Let's go back to the players and see what they're saying.
One guy dies.
And
then 1
then
guy's on the 2.
5 wounds. They all went through.
Yep, all went through. 2 dead, 1 guy down the 2.
Cool. I'll take it. So there's 2 left.
2 left.
Oh, that sees.
Yeah, that was big. That was big. If anything, I've found Space Marines tend to do well taking the initiative on a game, like jumping up, and Space Marines die. Other than Iron Hands, they die about the same as they ever have died before, which was, you know, nothing crazy. However, they really up the ante when it comes to like firepower and damage. So Space Marines can kill your army. They can murder your army. They are just very different. Boozle is on Team Nids. We have another one for Team Nids. That's right. Blackburn says a lot of pressure on Jeff to win. ... Awesome, I love it. You have to put a lot of pressure on the players here at Night Fight. If not, we wouldn't have a ready to rumble sort of style, like wrestling match style posters and stuff. Although I might do the next series of posters as like old rock band style posters with like, you know, the different like bands and the opening cast and stuff like that. I think that'll be really fun as well. So we're 30 minutes in. Question to the chat. In terms of ITC missions, what is your favorite secondary mission? You know, what do you usually take over and over again? Me personally, I love taking recon, and I've slowly become more and more in love with ground control, which is the one that allows me to play really cagey as a Dark Eldar player and then jump onto all the objectives at the end of the game. Hey girl, hey! TJ Lanigan, welcome to the stream. Broken and all, says Shane, if Jeff loses, he's off Team Canada. Team Canada applications are almost over for Team Canada. We are going to be sifting through the applicants and picking a team relatively a lot sooner than we did last year, so we can get to practicing with the actual list. So let's go back to the players and hear some of the stuff that's coming out of their mouths.
It'll be in 7-8, which is enough. I'll just walk in like that. Okay. Gilman will go first. He's got 7 attacks now on the charge. Hitting on 2s. Reroll that 1. I'll hit. Wounding you on toughness 6. Wounding you on 3s. Reroll these 2 1s, so there's 2 6s. So there's Gilman's 3 damage? I forget.
It's probably enough.
Boozle.
I mean, if they all did
community
1, you
sub-gifts.
kill me,
Awesome.
you just
Thank you
do
so
1 more
much
damage,
for
and those are
giving out
D3
options.
additions,
Yeah,
so he's dead.
Okay.
Thank you, Boozle, for handing out some gift subscriptions. That's amazing. It really helps the channel out. Really appreciate it. Alex and Rise of Mortarion now subscribers. Let's see some really cool custom Skari Twitch thingies. Hydramoose. How many times do you ever see King of the Hill? I have seen King of the Hill more often than you think, especially with Marine armies. Okay, so passing the clock over. So Jeff did get kill 1, hold 1. He got 1 Tyrannifex and 1 Big Game Hunter.
Yep.
Right? Okay. So he got 2 secondary points and he killed 1, held 1, but he killed 2 things. 2 things? You killed 2 things. Okay. So he has killed 2 things this turn, moving into Chris's turn. With that, Gulliman and the Leviathan Dread are up close and personal at the center of the army. So we'll kind of see how this goes. Nick Blackburn, Recon is 100% better, he says. Says Stutter Scrud, that makes sense. That is 1 aggressive Dreadnought. I thought it was a gun Dreadnought. It is a gun Dreadnought, but he's hanging out with Leviathan. You have 9 CPs, Jeff?
I have 8 left.
You use 3? Okay. So 9 CPs, 8 goes down to 8 CPs. Do you use a reroll for the charge or something?
No.
Okay.
I used 2 to fire twice.
Yeah,
and
2 to
then
fire twice,
1 for the dread
and
is not normal.
oh, okay, for moving and shooting is normal for the levy dread.
That's correct.
Make sense. Okay, I really love it. A coup de crasse. That is funny. So with that, we're moving into a turn 1. He's got some little spore mine thingies that he gets to put out. When does that happen?
At the end of movement.
Oh, at the end of movement. Do they get to charge and stuff?
No.
No, they don't. They don't get to move at all.
No.
Okay, so he's just pooping out some spores.
No. But
Yay,
they
fun.
can be within 3 though.
Yeah. Of
They
course,
must be
of
more
course.
than an inch away.
Yeah, they can be within 3 to explode.
Alright, you ready for some psychic?
The Tyrant is close enough to get heavy flamed on the Overwatch, says Shane. Yeah, that's true. There's lots of different things that happen.
he's
So the
got
movement's staying really, really straightforward. Nothing crazy.
5.
We just have a couple of smikic powers to go through. Gulliman's taking a couple mortal wounds from Smite.
This guy's gonna smite on Gilman.
And then we'll go from that. Let's go to the players.
For 1.
Okay. So down to 6.
And then I'm gonna scream in the Gilliman.
Sure.
Goes off. For 1 again.
Sure. It's down to 5.
Okay, and then let's do. I'm gonna do Catalyst to the weakened guy.
Sure.
He's got it.
Okay.
Alright, Psychic done. Shooting. I don't know who's closer here. Let's see here, I don't know, 8-ish. Yeah, he's a little closer. Okay, so he's gonna put, actually, let's see if I can just get rid of those skills. He'll put everything in the skills.
What's the range?
24.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guns. So no minuses or anything? Okay, no.
We have another vote for Nids. Everybody's pooping on the space marines because of the new hotness.
3 at AP 1. 1 damage each.
2 minus 1. Always lose 1.
You know they don't have cover.
They don't
right?
get cover
Yeah.
on crates.
Minus 1.
Oh, okay.
I rolled 2 5s.
Okay. Good.
Okay, and then can he see them? I don't know if there's any
sure.
guys there. He can?
Yeah.
Okay, he'll give him a shot.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to link it.
Shots fired in the chat. Stutto Scrub and TJ Lanigan going at it. You guys need to settle it in the ring, boys. Here in the Night Fight studio. Dual Devourer Tyrants or Claws Devourers? Claws Devourers or Claws Spinners? Nick Powell. Heretic Wargaming USA. Hello, welcome. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. No, so we'll see what TJ Lanigan has cooked up for his, which will be super excited. You and TJ should come on over, have some games. That'll be really fun. We could totally. That's right, Dustin. You got TJ over here. So as you can see here, Chris is just basically, with the forces he has remaining, he has to consolidate his forces and really try and do as much damage as possible. He's playing ITC, so the main focus here is to get kill one, hold one. He can call one. I mean, he can hold one. But he's essentially trying to get those kills, which is like the biggest issue. Does Jeff have his power pants on? No, he does not. Claws devs as Kraken are really solid fallback, shoot and still charge. Yes. Hydra Moose, I agree. These though are Kronos. They're Kronos because they get some cool anti-psyker stuff as well. Let's go into other players.
Big gun, little gun.
Who's doing big gun, little gun?
Big gun, little gun.
From
That guy. He's an 18, right? Oh, actually he's not. So no little gun. The other guy is though. Okay, so big gun. Ooh, good thing I get to reroll ones. So we got 2 hits. 1 wound.
Minus.
Actually, I'll CP this.
Okay.
Nope,
So
still
one
1 wound. Minus 4.
Minus 4. No save.
6 damage.
Okay. Down to 10.
And little shots out of range, so he's gonna shoot again and at him as well.
Okay.
Little ones. We've got 2 hits. 1 wound for another 2 damage.
Okay. Down to 8. It's bracketed.
Now this guy, let's put little shots there, and then big shot, same guy.
Sure.
So big shots. We've got 2 hits, 1 wound,
Okay.
4 damage.
Okay. Down to 4.
And then there's little ones, 3 hits, probably be 5s, 1 wound. AP 1, 1 damage.
Oh, goes through.
And then okay, second volley. Big guns. We got 1 hit, no wound.
Excellent.
Oof, big flop.
Down to 4.
Little
He's at
guns.
13.
2 hits.
Making me
1 wound again on him. AP 1.
good.
Okay. I'm gonna put the only 2 hive guard I got.
Okay, so in the shooting phase here, Chris is shooting basically the double shooting Tyranids into the repulsors. Brought it down to like 4 wounds remaining. And he's still alive though, which could be a big issue here.
-2 with no cover.
So you know, he's really trying to kill this repulsor.
2 damage each, eh?
D3.
So he's seeing how that works.
Can you do it?
Okay, can he kill the repulsor?
Oh, it's down to 1.
Has 1 wound left. The repulsor has 1 wound remaining, folks. So let's see how this goes. He needs that repulsor dead.
No, he's gonna shoot at Gilman. Hit on a 5. It hits. Ready for this damage? That is D3 for 2 mortal wounds.
2 mortal wounds on Gulliman from a little Spore Cysty thing. Super excited from the
No save, eh?
Spore Cyst thingy.
It's like
You used to have the Hive Guard as Kraken, advance them and still shoot to get threat range on 48 instead of normal 36. They just defeated that away. Well, that's a bit of a shame. Now you just have a decent CC unit and mesh shooting, very shooty meta. Because Tyranids needed a nerf somehow. However, a good
Crank both of them.
a good
Does it explode? Does not. 3 guys inside.
okay, so it seems like the repulsor has indeed died. You shot the Hive Guard twice? Okay, so you did spend, is that 2 or 3? 2 CP for that. So you did spend the 2 CP to shoot the Hive Guard twice, so he has 2 CP left as well. So we'll see how that goes here as well. And then 2. So Jeff is thinking about it. Put the clock on you. There you go. Perfect. He's considering the implications of spending the 2 CPs to shoot the repulsor again, which it's a cool strat.
Anybody inside that?
Yeah, it's 3
And
guys.
there's 3 dudes inside. He has the 3
I haven't
aggressors.
rolled it yet. No, they're okay.
Cool. So
So
3
I shoot it
aggressors.
before it's removed, so I just want to figure out who I'm shooting at.
And he's
12. Yeah, we'll shoot it.
Shane says, "Do it."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna do it. So what is he shooting at?
Stack effects.
Melee fixes.
He's gonna shoot at the.
They flyers.
He's shooting at one of the Flyrants with the executioner cannon.
I hit one.
Did you move 10 with it?
No, I moved 5.
Oh, okay.
But it's shoot twice, so I only have to shoot twice.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
the way it's working.
You don't shoot again.
Yeah, it doesn't double the shots. It fires again.
Right. Okay. So it only shoots one time because it's makes
Wound
sense.
you?
Okay. So he's just trying to do some damage into these guys.
You got it. Okay.
Okay, so nothing happened there, but he did spend 2 CPs for that, so he goes down to 6 CPs. Now, something that you'll notice about Space Marines is they are very CP hungry. They tend to burn through their command points relatively quickly. But that was a must. That was good. I'm assuming you wanted that. That's Big Game Hunter for that.
Yep.
So Big Game Hunter there, and you got 2 kills already, right, Chris?
Got one.
2 scouts and the
Oh,
the.
yeah, that's 2. Yeah.
So that's 2 CPs. So we did stop Jeff from getting kill more, at least at the moment right now.
Yeah. Every time so far.
So they are tied for kills at the moment. I see. Thanks for explaining. I feel like I'm in the chat with all of you competitive players as Tech Mage and do not have the slightest idea of what you're talking about half the time. That happens. You know, it's good to, if you have any questions or if anybody has any questions, the aim of these is not only for you to see some cool competitive gaming happening, but also for you to ask questions as the game goes on, so you can learn and do that sort of stuff. However, tomorrow I will be shoutcasting. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'll be shoutcasting on the Iron Halo TV Twitch page a newbie versus newbie battle. So it'll be 2 wooden spoons. They got wooden spoons at the last events that they did. So it's 2 of the wooden spoons grudge matching each other. So I'm going to be commenting about the do's and don'ts of competitive 40k, basically judging 2 wooden spoons, which will be super exciting.
Toughness 6.
7. Toughness 7.
Okay.
2 wounds.
So who's shooting what? Sorry.
The Levy joining the Overwatch.
One does
fulfillment.
go through.
Is that 2 CPs? Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, I used 7 CPs in the
Is it
first
2
round.
damage?
yeah. So Jeff just used another 2 command points. The Ultramarines have a stratagem they can use to help make up to 3 other units within 6 inches of them help Overwatch. So he's charging into Gulliman, and therefore he got the Leviathan Dreadnought to help as well into the shooting. So when you look at them versus Gene Seal Cult, though, you really see where they are lacking. Oh, 100%. Yeah, so we'll kind of see how this goes. The thing is, Nid's still an army. You can tailor this to be most things. They just aren't objectively bad. It's a combination of weaknesses, yes. Tyranids are hard to win with at the moment, but they do have some cool tricks. You just have to sort of think outside the box a lot of the time, and it's not just, you know, cut and dry. So that's super important as we move on to that as well. Did any of the Hive Tyrants get damaged?
Yeah.
Yeah, he bought one
much,
of them, but he's gonna base you.
Yep. That's fine.
Okay. So he brought one of the Hive Tyrants down to 7 CPs here.
I still have 4.
Okay, so I should go with the weakened one then. So he'll pile in and tag the other guy or whatever.
That's at the end of your pile step. You can't tag him. You can pile it. You tag him.
You have to stay an inch away if you didn't declare him as a charge.
Oh, he's piling in and fighting.
Right, but you still can't move within an inch of my dreadnought yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will be able to. Don't worry.
Your
It's
consolidation
order of
is
operations will be fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
I
Okay.
didn't know you could do with pile in.
No, you can pile in and consolidate. You can pile in to an inch.
Fine,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So 4 times.
You just can't end your charge move within an
Right,
inch.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Yeah.
So who's
Obviously,
attacking
everything on
first?
Gilliman.
Okay, so right now we've got Hive Tyrants attacking Gilliman at the moment.
Then
So does Gene Steel Cult do better than just straight
Double
Tyranids?
six.
Yes,
Fours.
100%. Gene Steel Cult right now definitely are there. So with that, let's listen to the players.
Okay. So two invulns.
Cocked. Made him.
Okay. Do you want to? Oh wait, let me do his tail.
Yeah.
Hits. I'm gonna say so. Just a 2 up.
Good.
Okay. And then do you
I'm
want to?
absolutely gonna interrupt.
Stop.
There's 9 CPUs.
You have 2 remaining.
I also have 2
remaining.
Yeah.
Gilman's gonna hit that one.
Yeah.
The one that hasn't attacked, I'm assuming.
All of them. And then 3s.
Which one are you attacking?
The one that hasn't attacked.
Is that the full wounded
Yeah.
one? Yeah, okay.
So there's 5 wounds, but there's 2 6s.
5 wounds. So do I roll the 6s differently?
Those are mortal wounds. Those are gonna be D3 mortal wounds.
Oh,
so
so
it's
just
5
five
regular
total,
wounds
okay.
plus 2 D3 mortal wounds.
So 2 go through.
So that's 6 damage. Plus 4 more, so that's 10 damage.
So it's down to 2.
Ouch.
Alright, let's see what
Gulliman.
this flyer can do. He does surprisingly still hit 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for those 4s. I only got the 1. But I do get 2 more.
2 will go through how much damage each?
D3.
It's not worth it. Go ahead.
How much does he have left?
3. I need him to stand back up.
It is 3.
Okay. Does he stand back up?
Nope.
Nope. Reroll that. Command point. 8. He does. So I'm down to 1 command point.
That was so.
D6
that was
wounds.
so close.
6 wounds.
Oh, God.
But that's it. He can't come back again.
You can't. Somebody's.
So Gulliman did go down with the Hive Tyrants. However, he did stand back up with a command point reroll. But now Gulliman, if he dies again, he's dead, and that is that. Crazy close combat.
5 attacks from the Dread.
So does he count as a kill or no? No, he doesn't count as a kill. Yeah.
Dread.
And he stands back up as close to as possible, not without.
Do him if he stands up there?
I think it's at the end of the phase. So no.
Okay, so I can just still pile in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you still move. I just have to move outside of 1 inch of you.
yeah.
Okay.
So not so late game anymore. Yes, 666 Necrons. It's a game we try and do as soon as we can usually. Nico, is the difference that Gene Stealers excel at the one advantage they have is the difference, says Nico, asking about Gene Stealers and Tyranids, that Gene Stealers excel at that one advantage, or do they also have another viable plays of bolster effectiveness compared to the Tyranids?
Yeah, put him away.
Okay, perfect. So with that, it is the end of the first battle round. And who got... So nobody got kill more,
No, he's getting hold.
but he gets hold more. So Chris will indeed go into battle round number 2 now. As we move in. Jeff takes his second turn.
With 1 CP.
with 1 CP left because he literally burned all of his CPs. That is legitimately
Yeah, I
what
can
Marines
donate
do
2
right now.
CP on my first turn
Oh
on
yeah.
MLS.
If you decide to, you can kill, hold more. Oh no, hold more, and Chris goes in with 3 into his second turn. With that, Chris also gets 1 big game hunter, and that's it, right? Just a big game. You just get 1 big game hunter point.
Yeah.
Okay, so and as the victories points stand, we have 2 primaries for Jeff and 2 secondaries for Jeff for 4 points. Devastator. Cool. And then we have, for Chris, we have 3 primary points and 1 secondary point. The game is tied as we move into battle round number dos. So if you have any questions, leave a comment down in the description below. But with that, we will get going as Jeff decides to start moving up. Blackburn says, Ridvan, that's me. What are some of the lists that surprised you at the ETC? The one that had 1 million neophytes with web guns. I was like, I did not expect those web guns to be so good. They're 1 points for like a D3 shot flamer, which is incredible. It has 16-inch range. It's so damn good. Is Jeff going to paint the Ironfather red?
I'm converting my own Ironfather.
He's converting his own Ironfather,
Why
he
am I gonna
says.
spend $50 for 1 model?
6 wounds regained. Gilliman is still crazy good. Gilliman's still a tank.
The beast,
He's still a
boy!
good. Still good. Thought it was D3. He comes up with D6, right?
D6.
Yeah, but he's 500 points or whatever. No, 3. Yeah, he's 350 now. Yeah, he just doesn't. He's not as stupid as he used to be. He's still really, really good though. Steven65, thank you very much for the subscription on Twitch. It is September, so subscriptions on Twitch are like half off this month, which is super exciting. Thank you for tuning in, Steven. Really appreciate it. Helps the channel out a whole lot. You are a boss man, and I really appreciate it. So, yeah.
-1.
-1 to hit though.
Tyranid doesn't stand a chance.
You just had to surround him so he couldn't get out through the because he can't go up on the crates. You had to surround him. No, just wrap him. You have to wrap him better, Chris.
Slapham's gonna come in 9.
Okay, let's go to the players and see what Jeff has to say.
The Slaplin heard that he likes to party.
Yeah.
He would like to know that he too likes to party.
Slapland has come in.
So you won't be. You won't be able to see him through the window there. I don't think I'll be able to get a level line of sight.
He's not gonna hurt you.
Aggressors aren't moving. Shoot everything. 7 wounds left in that bad boy.
2.
2 left in that one. Those dudes are good there. Let's see, we got you nicely bubbled out. So you have to drop over here if you want to. Do I want to let you do that is a real question. I move these guys out to here. You have to drop in over here, which is fine by me. I might actually do that. Yeah, these guys are gonna. Yeah, because you're.
Gilliman didn't stand up. I think it would have been a game.
It would have been.
It would have been close.
Yeah.
I was sweating a little bit for Jeff when he re-rolled that.
Yeah.
I was like, you better.
I
step
did that.
up.
I did that on
But his
purpose.
standing
I mean,
up with 6.
It's
that,
the Gilman bait.
that sealed the game. He's
So
gonna kill both
I
lions.
trust in my 3.
He might
plus
even
in-ball
actually be able
and
to
standing
table me
back
this
up.
turn. I said you might even be able to table me this turn.
No.
I am TJ Jones. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the following crew. Appreciate it.
Yeah, but I
This
can't
guy
find-
Here on the channel.
I'm not
So,
firing.
that's the thing about using big units like Gulliman. You can use them as sort of like a bait. You know, sometimes if your Space Marines are outgunned or
There's only 2
outmatched,
left.
you use Gulliman, you put them right in front of your whole army and hope that the entire army spends everything they can shooting at Gulliman, and then you just try and get him back up and bring him alive. Calgar is probably a better choice right now competitively than Gulliman because Calgar has is just overall more survivable, I find. However, definitely changes the way that we look at the way that Space Marines play. I honestly feel like within all the Space Marine books at the moment, different Space Marine books are going to have different sort of like counters to each other. So, you know, Ultramarines are going to counter this army, and this army is going to counter that army. Raven Guard counters Iron Hands. I feel Raven Guard are a direct counter to Iron Hands. Change my mind as well. So, but yeah, that's it. As you can see here in terms of maneuverability on the table, so now we've got the Eliminators sort of moving out towards the board. He noticed his mistake of not putting a unit on that objective, which I don't know why he didn't in the first place. So the Eliminators in the top right-hand corner have moved out onto that objective near the magic box. He's kept the Intercessors where they are because they're like just a mid-board range controller, and then of course he's got he can't shoot the Thunderfire or the Scorpion twice now. The Scorpius, sorry. So they can only shoot one at a time. Okay, let's go back to the players.
So 5 intercessors can see you and shoot you. These guys are out of range. 4 we're going to fire their regular guns. 1's going to fire a crack grenade. So we'll do the crack grenade first. Hitting you on 3 hits. Wounding you on 4 wounds. -2. Yep, alright. Regular bolters. All hit. And wounding you on 5s. 1 wound. -1. Good.
Yeah.
Solid. Well, aggressors, you're going to have to do some work now. So they're going to double all their shots because they're aggressors. That's why I tab my book.
The aggressors are now going to get aggressive. They got blown out of the repulsor, which means they haven't moved in the movement phase, which means they get to double shoot, which is a good use of aggressors. Now, of course, if Jeff wanted to, he could have gone into Tactical Doctrine, and using the Space Marine Tactical Doctrine bonus, they would have counted a stationary even if they moved. However, he didn't change into Tactical Doctrine. He stayed in Devastator Doctrine because most of the guns that he has that are shooting right now are heavy, which therefore allows him to get the extra AP against the Tyranids that don't have invulnerable saves.
Plus, they get 4d6 shots. So I'll do the 12 in him first. So there's 6. 12. Hit you on 3s, rerolling 1s and 2s because Gilman is standing nearby saying, "Go team!" And I'm wounding you on 5s. Reroll any 1s. Just wound you once. Okay, good. 4d6 shots. Woo! Boy! There's 18. So there's 12 plus the aggressors. 3s, rerolling 1s and 2s. One missed. And wound you on 5s. Reroll 1s. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds.
Any AP?
No,
2 go through.
that's on him.
Does he blow up into Gilliman's face? He does.
Okay. How many wounds?
Okay, so Gilliman is going to take 2.
Okay.
Your Dreadnought, 2.
Okay.
And my Flyman will take 3, of course.
Of course. And I mix up the order, so I did the 12 shots into him, and then I did the 4 shots into him. But so the other 24 shots are wasted. I still owe you 2d3 into him.
Yeah, sure, yeah, shoot away.
So there's 5. Do better.
Okay, so right now it's just a lot of dice rolling, but that's usually what happens when you have a bunch of aggressors that shoot stuff. Gulliman and can, of course, charge back into the combat, of course, to basically try and finish up that second hive tyrant. However, the rupture cannons, unless the scorpion really does a lot of damage, the rupture cannons are probably not going to be as affected as they were. Plus, there's still a tiny unit of spores in the backfield here, which would be really useful to use later in the game. Straya says, even though Bobby G got back up, does he not count as a unit destroyed and therefore a big game hunter point?
No.
It's I don't know. It depends on the event really. I've seen it both ways. The killing Gulliman.
He's not actually.
He doesn't count as warlord.
When you remove the 0 wounds, then you roll.
Yeah, it just depends on what it says in the book. It says when the first time this unit is destroyed, then he counts as a point.
This unit is knocked down to 0 wounds.
Okay, if that's the case, then that would make sense. I fought a unit of 4 Deathwatch aggressors and lost 60 plague rares in 22 to 3 turns.
You know
What? That's 22 turns? That's a lot of turns there. No, I'm kidding. Blackburn. William Patton joining us on YouTube says, is there a way we could submit lists to be played live where the donations... Actually, yeah, I've done that before. Just hit me up on Messenger. Hit me up. I'll try and make sure something happens as well. But yes, I've done that before. I did that with some coaching clients. I basically ran Andrew's list as well.
The next shot into that bad boy. Just hitting 5 times. Shoot 5 times. Hit on 2s.
So are those 2 for big game hunter or?
Are you what's the range on him for his?
3 inches. They're not in it anymore.
Okay.
No.
So were you making those headhunter points or big game hunter points? You have to declare as soon as you do.
It was the 3
They gotta be
faxes.
headhunter. I only have 4
It was the 3 faxes.
And the hive guard marked.
And the marked. They were headhunter. Those 2 headhunter. I said him, right?
Oh, he's -1.
Yeah. So 2 missed. Nothing. Okay.
Okay, so as we start winding down the shooting phase here, a couple of hive tyrants have gone down.
I still got my dread to shoot. He's ready to shoot.
Oh, the dread hasn't shot yet. Has the Thunderfire and the Scorpio shot?
Scorpion's just shot.
Scorpio's shot. Okay, perfect.
Thunderfire
Do the
is
Knights
not
have
shot
anything
yet.
in reserve? He has a hive tyrant with wings in reserve as well.
So I'm -1, so I back out of combat. So I'm -2. So I'm hitting you on 4s, rerolling 1, 2s, and 3s.
So, That's been this. Oh no, he would used to be failed, right?
Used to be failed.
But now he's just not re-rolling all wounds though. Re-rolling wounds for Gulliman, like all wounds, was 10 times
Yeah,
worse
that
than
was
what it
good.
is now.
I
Yeah.
think so. We will fail hits.
And reroll ones. So those are gone. That's a one. Those are gone. I didn't turn any around, so that's still 5 wounds at -3.
5.
-3. You have 2 up save. 6s.
Yeah, because he's covered, right?
Sure.
Okay. And then damage is 2.
2.
I ignore none. He's down to 5.
Okay. All scouts in range. They'll fire all their bolters. 1, 2, 3, 5. Not rerolling those. Toughness, I'm assuming not.
Something that's super important to notice when you're playing. You're trying to focus your fire as much as possible, which is something Jeff's been really good at. He's just kind of focused on the target until it's destroyed. Instead of wounding stuff as you can. Personally, I would have probably shot the bolters at the Tyrannifex to continue putting wounds on it if they were in range. Yeah. Because it only has 5 wounds remaining.
Yeah.
But that's just me. That Fex isn't in cover. That's a 40% obscured from the deck.
Is it 40? Is it 25% obscured?
Huh?
What do you need for obscured? Is it
It's
25?
50% for
Oh,
obscured.
so you're not 50. I don't think so. Nothing to dread, because you're right here.
No?
No. So roll 1 more for that 5.
Sure.
That's 2 more damage, right?
Yeah.
So.
2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely. It has to be 50% for any vehicles or buildings.
Okay.
I mean, vehicles or monsters.
We were what?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for that pick up there. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's Thunderfire. Never mind. I still got Thunderfire.
Makes sense.
Thunderfire is going to go into that bad boy.
Okay, perfect.
Rerolling 1. Right, so 3.
These, because you're -1. There we go. And then wounding on 5s. There's 2 more wounds at -2.
Okay.
Thank you, Volt,
Yep.
running for the follow on Twitch. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, now the charge. Now you can do your Overwatch.
Ready to die? You ready to die here?
Go ahead. Woo! Spicy.
That is 3.
Any AP?
AP 1 damage.
Takes 2.
Take that!
Is that the Slapland?
Yeah. All right. Show me that 9. Oh, there it is.
And now I'm gonna blow up.
Can you auto blow up?
No.
Okay.
Does it do D3 when it blows or 1?
D3.
That would be hilarious if the Slapland runs in. It's like, ah! And then,
Scouts are gonna take the charge too.
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy will go to there. Go to there. 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 Slapland will go first.
As we move into the middle of round 2 here, Chaplain just made a big charge from Deep Strike Reserve into the Spore Cyst. Maelstrom Hobbies, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. Really appreciate it. Really helps the channel out a lot, mate. Thank you so much.
Still winning on 3.
Man, Frankie says what chapter in High Fleet. The lists on Twitch are down in the widgets below, so make sure you check them out. Nico says, man, I wish cover was more impact, like -1 hit instead of just the extra armor save. That makes scouts from a late talk almost invincible, so I destroy the balance. Cover makes sense. I feel like if GW were to change anything, it would be the terrain rules mixed with some of the cover rules to sort of really have an impact on how that works. As well, hey Maelstrom Hobbies, thanks for saying hello. Updated rules via chapter proved it's better. Yes, 100%. It does make sense. It's just I feel like it's one of the few things in the in the game could be sort of tweaked a little bit to make it a lot more comprehensive as well. Okay, so this is the Spore Cyst.
I actually saved one.
4 damage.
So he's
How many damage?
Or sorry, 6 damage. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He has the relic.
Yeah.
So he's done 5.
Okay, so 6 damage onto the
Yep.
the Spore Cyst from the Slaplin, because he hasn't powered up all the way yet.
They moved
Slaplin can power himself up to do +1 strength, +1 damage with his Mega Crozius, which makes him really fancy. That's you can attack twice and all that good stuff. So
Enemy unit within.
1, 2, 3, 4. Scouts. 3s. And 5s. So you're not tough 8.
Yeah, just 6.
So there's 4 wounds. No AP.
Just the 4 up. 2 go through. Down to 3.
Okay. Hit me back.
You ready for this?
Yep.
1 attack. It does hit.
Okay. Who are you hitting? Javelin?
Obviously the scouts.
The scouts? Okay.
Doesn't wound.
Okay. Cool. It's my turn.
and with that, we have the end of the Space Marine turn. Jeff does kill. He holds. He killed 2 things this turn. 2 Hive Tyrants. Is that all you killed?
Yeah.
2 Hive Tyrants? Okay, so 2 Hive Tyrants. You did get a... Oh, shit. That's Chris. And this is Jeff. Oh, no. Damn it.
No, I got a roll.
Chris.
1 is nothing.
Jeff.
2 to 5 is.
And then he killed... Oh, for fuck's sake.
Kill.
Headhunter. Mark. Oh, you did mark for death. You killed 2 big game. You got 2 headhunters. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So kill hold. He killed 2 more things. Now we're moving into the Tyranid army as well. Kill hold. No bonus whatsoever yet. Whatsoever. And then he got big game hunter and 2 headhunter points as well. Okay, so as it's looking, bottom of battle round 2 continues. Hey, Mole Security, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Skari, any way to view the lists? Bricks 86. Yes, there's a widget down below on Twitch. You can just see them there. They're right there for you as well.
Okay, so that's movement. I guess I gotta bring
Nico says, I've been burned too many times by people who can just see the little flagpole on my Raiders. I'm like, okay, I actually like it. I don't mind it at all. I feel like it just makes sense. So
Okay, I want to smite and kill him. So.
okay, so right now it's end of the movement phase essentially, and then we've got deep strike phase as well.
I'm upset over here.
I'll kill them.
Yeah. Makes sense. Oh, boy, I missed that. Thank you. No problem, Bricks. If you have any questions, let me know.
Oh, which dude?
Oh,
Okay. So.
Have to be way over here.
Because that's a
Phobos.
Phobos, yeah. I love.
So I guess
Phobos.
I'll keep
The
him
only
away
reason I
from
spent
killing him.
99 points for him.
Yeah, he's so good though.
So we'll put him 9 inches. Am I good to 9 here and 9 here? Like I'm good to do that? Okay, so
fine.
9 from him, 9 from him.
Yeah, and we know what intent is.
Yeah.
You're good. And you're good.
Okay, let's poop out some
Nico
spores.
says, "Go Flyrant, eat them
just-
all."
Twist so your wings are on.
So I'm gonna poop
Yep.
these 3 spore mines. How much wounds does your chaplain have left?
2.
2?
Yeah, he took 2 in Overwatch.
Okay, so he's dead. And then these guys are gonna poop out. I mean, no. Oh well. This is
When
not
do
gonna
I
do
score the bonus?
End of your. Oh, you did score.
I just
the bonus.
scored the bonus.
You just scored the bonus
Yep.
this turn. Correct.
So, little quick recap there. Jeff did score the bonus as he controls the Tyranid priority objective with his scouts that have made it all the way to the end of the game there. So he has scored the bonus point as well. Awesome. Good job, Red Ultramarines. Let's go over to the players.
Okay. So I'll
Cool
select
Marines
the-
list. Always
okay.
wish to see more intercessors though. Marines are so good.
Goes
They
on
are
for
really good.
6.
Sure.
They're free spore mines. They just basically just make them for free.
And then
I'm gonna scream into him.
These guys?
Yep.
Okay.
Goes up. Give me a 3. Come on. For 1. Totally worth it. Shooting. He's gonna put.
What happened?
Oh, he smited and screamed and killed 2 of those guys.
Okay.
He's gonna put.
How's he shooting? He's in within 1 inch of an enemy model.
Oh, fortification.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. So he's gonna put all of his little shots into.
It looks like a model, like a creature.
Well, they are technically both. It's
Yeah.
like a combination of them.
He's gonna put all of his little shots into the little dudes, and then his big cannon into the guy. So little shots do hit 3 times. 1 wound. Oh no, it is strength 5. So sorry, 2 wounds. AP 1.
Save 1.
And then the huge gun does miss. So I'm gonna put them here, like that. Okay. This guy is gonna put out of range of his big gun,
Mm-hmm.
but he's gonna put all of his little guns in the Gilman.
Sure.
And then what's the toughness of them?
5. 5.
5. I guess it'd be smarter on them, but I'd love to do 1 damage against Gilman and kill him. Here we go. That is no wounds.
Okay.
Sad. That's okay.
one of them can roll a 6.
So as it goes on, we have the shooting phase happening, psychic phase. We had a couple of eliminators go down to some smites. We had some shooting happening at the moment as it goes, and we've got the Spore Cyst pooping out spores all over the place while the Tyranids are still very much alive. Jeff still has a lot of his army still intact, so this is definitely, with that bonus point, that's definitely going to be a big uphill battle for Chris. So we'll kind of see if he can pull it up. What happened?
I rolled a bunch of 1s and 2s for my saving my eliminator.
Oh, so the eliminator just died? Okay, so that'll be a kill there. Boop, boop. Cool. And
Is this a squad of 2 or is that?
Oh, it's a 1 squad of 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
that guy's giving you recon, is he?
This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, for this.
Yeah, okay. Perfect, so I just want to check the recon points there as well. So we're about an hour and a bit in. If you'd like to share the stream with anybody, click on that little share button and share it on your favorite social media platform. Maybe we can get some more folks in here as it goes to the end of the game. But thank you for coming and hanging out with us on the 3rd quarterfinal for Night Fight.
He's gonna put both his little guns in there.
I tried to make the terrain as there's been a lot of talk about like standardized terrain, but I tried to make the terrain as standard as possible, with like a sort of not exactly the same, but mirrored enough, with a couple of subtle differences on each side. You know, one side has a bigger magic box, the other side has a smaller one, but one side has a bigger crater. And then the middle buildings are shaped a little bit differently, and then the corner buildings are shaped a little bit differently as well, which would be
Hold on.
these
I'm gonna
here,
spend my last CP,
like that
and he's gonna
as
take
well.
the rest of
What actually happens when you run out of chess clock time? If you run out of chess clock time, when you're playing with competitive ITC chess clock rules, you can't do anything voluntary. You can roll armor saves. You can score points if like you're on an objective to like hold an objective, but that's about it. Do spore mines score recon? No, they do not. They do not do anything for the game whatsoever. They don't. So that's what happens during chess time. You can't use stratagems. You can't do anything. Your opponent can continue to play the game, basically, and all you can do is roll saves, essentially.
With 1 wound.
What happened?
That happened.
I'm gonna put.
Oh, was that a rupture effect shooting at you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that happens. So the rupture effect shooting at rupture effect. Oh wow, that's not very common. So the aggressors have taken a bit of pain from the hive guards.
Whoa! No, he's dead.
Okay, so the last of the aggressors has gone down to the hive guard, the 2 hive guards that are remaining there as well. We still have 1 rupture effects as well, ready to shoot as it
so
goes.
I think the only thing I can see is boom and boom, right?
For
For him.
So
Yeah.
as we continue shooting,
So
so he's killed 3 things, 2
I
things,
mean, I
2
might
things,
as well.
so far.
2 so far.
Put it in there.
Chris has got 2 things so far.
So he does it twice. He does 1 twice.
Yep.
You're involved.
Okay.
Make 1.
Okay. So 1 damage.
Down 9.
That Leviathan Dreadnought just took a D6 damage gun to the face and took 1 damage.
Half damage to
Also
that,
the
though.
half damage.
Oh, so you spent your last CP for
So how
that?
many wounds does
Yeah,
he
yeah,
have?
yeah, makes
He's got
sense.
9. He's got 9 left.
So
Okay.
how much before he's weakened?
1 more.
So 0 CPs.
I would love to use the CP on that charge. So charge
Okay,
phase.
so we're going to see how it happens. They're done shooting phase. We're going to the charge phase. So many big guns. Big bugs. Oh, yeah. This list is definitely very... Should put that fortification on the other side of the line for recon if it can score. It's on... It's
Okay, so my charge
should be
is
just
height.
on the line there,
I can still shoot if I'm in combat with
I
the
believe.
fortification,
Just
right?
the angles, it's a little bit off.
I
Huh?
can still shoot if I'm in combat with the fortification.
Can you shoot out of combat?
Yeah.
Can he
I
Overwatch with his pistol?
I don't think so. I think the fortification is the one that gets to shoot while it's in combat. It'd be in the
He can shoot
actual
while in combat, but he can't Overwatch while in combat.
who.
Fortifications can't Overwatch while in combat.
No, it you can't. Your count is being engaged.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so,
For that purpose.
So they have
yeah.
half charge. So the
The only way they get in is with an 11.
Sure.
No. And then we got the Flyrant over there on them.
I'll use the D3 shots each. 1. Wounds. Minus
Ooh.
1.
It is a
Fine.
save. So he has Adrenal Gland, so +1.
Sure.
You
got
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So just push him in against him and on the objective. Perfect. That is it for charges. So let's explode.
Okay.
So we have the 3 behind the chaplain exploding.
Sure.
On the chaplain. So he's going to take 3 mortal wounds.
He's dead.
And then we have the 3 on the troops.
Yep.
1 does no effects, only 2 mortal wounds.
2 mortal wounds then?
Yep.
Okay.
Those get removed, right?
Oh yeah, these.
Because they exploded.
That's exploded.
And then the 3 on Gilliman. Here we go! I needed 6 here.
I see a 1 and a
Let's get a
6.
6.
Can you roll? So that's 1.
Obviously you have to CP it.
Okay.
So I CP it. So I'm
Okay.
down to 1. So 2 mortal wounds.
2 mortal
and
wounds
then this one
and-
does D3.
Sure.
3 plus, baby. Boom!
Okay.
Little spore mines! Kill Gilliman!
That's fine.
okay, so now we just have combat.
That was probably the highlight of Chris's evening.
Yeah, I didn't think that would happen. Okay, so I'm
He
just
got
gonna
really
my
excited about that specifically.
Dude over there. So
Good old little spore mines. They can do a lot of damage.
moving on, 3,
Though.
6.
So let's see how this goes.
So 3
So one of the
NAPs.
hive tyrants. Evening, it came from the deep. What's going on, buddy? So we've got hive tyrant in the back, made a charge into the eliminators over there in the corner on that objective, trying to stop. Tomahawk says that's epic. I know he was super excited about that. And then we have the Levy Dread though is still completely fine essentially, so he's gonna have to do a lot of heavy lifting as it goes as well. And then he did CP, so you have 1 CP left, right, Chris?
I have 1 left.
1 CP remaining for Chris as we move into the close combat. Doka's Merp, that was a highlight of my ears. I would pack up now, says Necrons. Marines on the ropes. We'll see, it's not over till it's over. J-Dam, thank you very much for the follow. Really helps the channel out on Twitch. Really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Hello! Hello, J-Damned. Thank you. So let's go back to the players.
I save it.
Nice.
Okay, scouts. 4 attacks.
Did 1, 2 survive?
I lost 1. Yeah, 2.
I lost one guy.
No, I meant the hive tyrant
Yeah.
whiffed.
The flying
Well,
high
yeah.
Well, he got 2 wounds, but the first one was 1 damage. So the
it's
second one
D3.
just killed it. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I was looking for 6s that do flat 4.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Nothing.
But at least he gets to reroll all failed hits now. He killed the model.
Sure. If he survives.
Yeah, if he survives.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which is a thing
so
we shall see. Is that the end of the turn?
that is the end of the turn.
Okay, so what? How many did you kill? You killed 3 things. 4 things.
1,
2, 3, 4.
He kills more.
4. So you did kill more.
But I hold more.
Yeah.
You hold more, Jeff. So it's 3 there and 4 for Jeff. And then you
Do
get.
you have a morale? What's
Do you
your
mind
morale?
measuring that 24 inches there for me, Chris? Sorry, Chris.
5 and I lost 2, 7. I'm okay.
Chris, do you mind measuring?
How much left? 3 left?
2 left.
So you lost 3, no?
I lost 1 last turn. Oh, no, those 3. Okay,
Yeah.
but I get to reroll from Space Marines.
Oh, and then you're fine.
Oh, I still lose 1.
Take that!
Do you mind measuring
Leave it there.
36 inches up for me?
Oh, I deployed him just within 36.
Okay, perfect.
So
Yeah, it's like really, really close. Just
Yeah,
to make sure. So you get your recon, and do you get another? You got another big game hunter. For
Yep.
killing Gulliman.
Finally.
Finally. Okay, perfect.
Tied, 9-9.
Okay, and we move on to battle round numero 3.
Guess what?
Oh my goodness.
They're backing out.
Gracious
Fall back
me.
and shoot.
Out of 3.
Okay, folks, it is the end of battle round number 2. So we're going into the end of battle round number 2. Jeff did hold more, so he held more for a grand total of 4 points this round, which was a good primary turn for him. And then Chris got kill, hold, no bonus, kill more for a grand total of 3 points this battle round. Secondary points, he got a recon point as well as another big game hunter point. Perfect. So with that, we're moving into battle round number 3. In terms of victory points, we have 6 primary points for Jeff and 5 secondary points for Jeff for a grand total of 11 points. And then we have 6 primary points for Chris, but only 3 secondary points for Chris for 9. So we're at an 11-9 as it stands right now, making its way into a battle round numero 3. Very exciting stuff, gentlemen. He should have... cool. And with that, we're moving into the next battle round. So I think he just jumped right into shooting.
I moved.
Okay.
I did my movement.
So this game's going to go very, very quickly, I think, from now on. He just hid the Levy Dread from the Tyrannifexes, essentially, and is now trying to kill the main threat, which is that flying Hive Tyrant. So that one flying Hive Tyrant is essentially in the corner there, and is now getting shot by a Levy Dread as well. Hey, Joey75 says, what are you expecting out of the Psychic Awakening? Psychic Awakening, I'm really excited about just some cool stuff. It's the new super global campaign where they, like the new Vigilists, they're gonna give all the armies stuff and new stratagems and new bunch of stuff. So we'll see what happens. Joey75. I always do or approach anything like that with a grain of salt, and I don't like over hyping myself up. Like people who hype themselves up about this current FAQ and didn't really change too much or anything at all, right? So that happens.
And exploding does nothing?
How far is the explosion?
Wait.
Yeah. Levy Dread cleared him off.
7 wounds, failed 6.
Okay, well that frees up Kronos to do some shooting. So Kronos can fire his first shot into that one.
The 2 wound guy.
Yep. Hit you on 3,
So that's a
rerolling
headhunter
ones.
point for you, Jeff?
Yep. Wounding you on 5. 1 wound. -3. Nope.
Bill was
2
sick.
damage.
2 damage?
Go.
Does he blow up? He does.
Okay.
This guy, 2. He's down to 7. And that's it.
Chris, can you give me the front of the Scorpius over there?
The front of the Scorpius.
I just want to see if I'm 48 of this dude.
Oh, sure. Is that the tank?
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Okay, I'm out of range.
Oh.
So instead, we will do it on the hive guard.
Makes sense.
Twos, rerolling ones, all hit, and then with threes. So there's 4 wounds at -3.
5, so 6 ups. So 2 damage each?
Yeah, good. And we'll see if the Thunderfire can clear off that. The Eliminators haven't shot yet, eh? Look at that. One has kill that range. Alright. We'll fire the D3 damage one. So I'm hitting you on 4s. 1 hit. Nope. Now the Thunderfire will do it. It's how many shots? Hitting you on 2s, rerolling 1s. Hit. Toughness. Yeah, they buffed it. It hits on 2s now. It got a 2+ save and it hits on 2s.
I saw the 2-up save.
Toughness 6?
Yes.
Okay, so 5s. Woo! There's 5 wounds at -2.
Good old Devastator Doctrine, eh?
He's dead.
Okay. Does it explode anything?
It does. It does explode, but it didn't.
Okay. Does that count as a big game hunter? Oh no, it's a fortification.
It's still big game.
Still big game? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, so far there's been a crazy effective shooting phase. Jeff's just essentially been clearing out everything. He cleared out a Tyrannifex. He's cleared out another one of the Spore Cysts. He cleared out the Hive Guard, and he cleared out the other Hive Tyrant as well. Basically killing all the things that Chris has in his army to do damage, essentially. So what do you think of Defilers in a Thousand Suns list over Mauler Fiends? What would the difference be? Why do you take Defilers in a Thousand Suns detachment over Mauler Fiends? Joey 75. So that is the end of the turn. He will kill one, hold one. Did you get the bonus?
Sure.
Did you get the bonus?
bonus as well.
You get the bonus again. How many did you kill this turn? 3 things this turn that you killed.
1, 2, 3. Did you make it?
Yeah, 8.
You just want to roll the dice now and see if you.
Okay.
Straight 3 1s and we'll see. Please go. Let's make that.
Okay.
We'll make that easy.
So that's a kill there. Perfect. Let's kill one. Okay. It's going to be hard for me to get recon anymore. And then ground control as well. Scorpius tank with Cronus in it is probably one of the better choices in the Ultramarine arsenal, where you run Scorpius. He killed 4 things. Hive Guard, Hive Tyrant, oh yeah, 4 things. You're correct. Thank you very much. Sorry, here I am. Have to keep on my. You have to keep me in my best behavior here. Scorpius tank is definitely good.
My last CP.
Okay, let's go back to the players.
To overjack him. He's gonna obviously. Wait, no, he just goes tank.
Okay.
But does he take a mortal wound on a 1?
Oh,
He does not.
It's fine.
Then he'll go boop.
Yep.
End of movement. Sure.
Okay, as Chris does his movement here, Joey, feel for less than 10 more points. It offers more options, more wounds, smoke launchers. Grants you use 3 attacks with small melee weapons, but you gain main attacks after more damage.
He's gonna play
Chaos is always watching, says Shane. I agree, Chaos is always watching.
Oh,
Definitely. So in this sort of situation, it's always good to understand like where you stand. If you're in a team event, you're trying to get as many points as physically possible. Right now, Chris has just basically got onto his objectives to try and stop Jeff from getting hold more, essentially, and he's moved his spore mines in a position to just threaten some things as well. But at the moment, it seems pretty grim for the Tyranids if I were to make a professional statement here. But let me know what you've been thinking so far of Night Fight quarterfinal number 3. You can leave a comment down below if you haven't already. And next Night Fight quarterfinal 4 will be Wednesday night, next Wednesday at next Wednesday 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have another Space Marine, new Space Marines, this time Iron Hands versus the Chaos style TJ Lanigan Jim Vessel style list. So moving into battle round number 4. You got kill, you got hold, and then Jeff got killed more kill more this time, but he got the 4 points for that as well. No recon, no big game hunter for that. So that was round number 3. Kill, hold, kill more, hold more. No, not hold more. Bonus. So he gets another 4-point turn there. For is the Space Marines. And then we have kill 1 and hold 1 for 2 points for the Tyranids. Perfect. So with that, we have the secondary points here. Nothing else so far. And then let's do some primary VPs. We have 6. So now we have 10 primaries and 5 secondaries. And we have 8 and 3 on the bottom of the 3rd battle round as we move on. Defilers die too easily since they have no invulnerable save. And it came from Deet says, agreed. Marines are the bee's knees. I would agree. Marines have a lot of tools, which is nice of them to finally have something that's really cool.
And then big guns to that one. Flamers into those dudes. There we go, that's 5.
You want gun twos.
Yeah, they're dead.
Okay.
Hit you.
And now Jeff's just killing, although spores don't actually count as kills or anything, but he's just stopping them from creating mortal wounds, which is super important as well. Defilers have a 5++. Yes, indeed. There's a lot of different things. I guess we could make a whole expose on the value of Defilers versus Mortal Fiends, but let's go to the players.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10 at -3.
Oof, that's a 6 up.
Okay.
Is that from Cronus?
Levy Dread. Into that.
Oh, into that thing, yeah.
Okay. 20 damage.
That's usually what a Levy Dread does.
Yeah. And now you move them up into Chronos range, so Chronos. Do you mind if I just roll all the shots together? Just gonna fire
sure.
twice into that. So. Not great. I only get that many shots. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. All hit. There's 1. Still missed. Wounding you on 5s. 1, 2. At -3. 6s.
Nope.
So 4 damage.
He is down to 10.
And the Thunderfire is going to get. Oh, that's good. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s.
Robert Lamborn has a question. He says, who do you think you are? We're the Spice Marines. Spice Marines. My B, I thought they didn't. My bad. Oh, you say my bad because of the invulnerable save. Well, they are demon engines. Most demon engines have a set. How many things did you kill?
Just the one.
Just the one thing? And that was a big game hunter. Yeah, big game hunter point there. That was a kill and a hold. Perfect. As we move into the bottom of round 4. So kill, hold. Kill, hold.
That's your turn.
Yeah.
Cool. And that.
Move those.
They're not going to get anywhere with magic.
Cool. Okay. Night fight, got to turn the room's light off and have them use flashlights. No, get out of here. Jester of dark. No, this is night fight only in theory. It happens at night somewhere in the world, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're actually physically playing
He's gonna
at
move his
night.
feet around
Okay, just saying.
there.
Just saying.
Wanna get-
Okay, so we have all those there,
how many wounds left
and
on
that
him?
is kill more, hold
5,
more
6, 7,
as well. No bonus, kill more,
Okay.
hold more. So that's another 4-pointer. Oh no, not hold more either. So that's 3 points. Just just 3 points because he's not gonna hold more.
These guys will advance.
Perfect. To just hold for Chris. Just 1. 1. Flop.
Guys are good there.
I wonder how much GW takes Forge Rule into account when they write the main rules.
They don't.
Hmm. I don't know. They did say they're going to be taking up a lot of, like, they're going to be using a lot of the GW resources to sort of help with Forge World as well. So we'll kind of see how that works. But with that,
And 5.
what's, is this,
Probably shooting into that.
oh, okay. How many wounds do you have left?
It has 8.
8 left? Okay.
1, 2, 4, minus 3. Because toughness 8, right?
Almost 8.
Okay, so that's 8 damage.
That's it? You guys can shake on it if you want.
Oh no, I got this to shoot.
Oh, you want to table him?
Yeah. I want the levy. I want my levy dread to shoot.
He is -1 to hit.
That's fine. It's minion.
Jeff is being is adamant about shooting the last thing off the table. Levies are so getting a points increase. We'll see. Leviathan Dreadnoughts are fantastic. Space Marines no longer on the ropes. I was wrong. Yes, you were definitely wrong. More security. As soon as it seemed that way when Delman died, but the amount of elite army.
These are still 2.
Okay, so that's 6 damage.
He's down to 1.
Okay, Thunderfire Cannon's gonna finish him off.
Thunderfire Cannon finishing him off.
How many shots?
That many.
That many, a lot. Okay.
3s, rerolling 1s.
2s, I thought.
-1 hit.
Oh, right. Makes sense.
Toughness 5. So when you on 4s, there's 1, 2, 2 at -2. Or yeah, -2. The regular -1 plus Devastator.
Goes to.
That's it? You did?
That's it.
Okay, folks, and
All right.
that is a handshake. We'll return right after this with the post-action report. But thank you so much. If you have any questions, go to the chat right now and put your questions down so that we can ask the players questions, but we shall return. Without further ado, thanks for tuning in to quarterfinal 3, and we'll be back with the post-action report.
For me.
And that is game. Okay, thanks Jeff. Thanks Chris for coming down, for playing, and we have a victor.
Yay!
New Space Marines. Boo.
Yay!
Boo.
Space Marines!
Okay, folks. So thanks for tuning in. This was quarterfinal number 3 of the Night Fight series. Night Fight series number 4, quarterfinal 4 will be next week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have a Blackstone Fortress expedition tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be live here on Twitch. So if you want to watch 4 intrepid explorers and me, the hostile player, basically DMing the thing, facing off against each other, that'll be tomorrow night, which is super exciting. We've got it all set up over there, ready to rock and roll. So that'll be fun. Okay, so let's go through some of the questions and whatnot. Blah, 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 blah. Levies, amazing. Any changes the Marine player would make?
Yeah, I'd be running Iron Hands.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
I wrote this list, I think, 3 days after the Codex was out. Didn't play test it at all and submitted it to you.
Yeah.
So it was my first crack at the list. Yeah, a lot of changes. I forgot the 100 killer missile on the Levy Dread. No big deal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have put a 100 killer missile on Kronos because he sits at line of sight the entire time.
Yeah.
And I'd only have 5 intercessors and just.
Do you think this list is enough to take you to the final? Maybe. Do you think
I'm not a
it'll
big
kind of
fan.
run out of teeth?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. If it doesn't go first, it hurts.
Makes sense. Okay, Chris, I'll give you this question. What are your thoughts on the Seize roll, especially on even missions for the ITC?
Yeah, the Super Bowls are funny. As soon as that happened, I was like, damn, I'm going to lose 500 points.
The Seize roll is definitely hard to deal with
Yeah.
when, you have to, especially when you're going up against an army that's so shooty like Space Marines, and you had a shooty army, and if you would have gone first and being able to, say, knock out that repulsor on the first turn when he's way far back, means those aggressors don't get to shoot, means you don't have to get so aggressive with your hive tyrants early on. I feel it changes the tone of the game.
It does.
Yeah, it would have been a huge different game. But it's not as bad as if you get the deployment where you deploy your whole army first and then get seized on, devastating. Because
then you've committed, right?
Yeah, you've committed, but at least this one, we rolled for it. He could have just won the roll anyway,
Yeah, you did have the +1, however. Saludos desde México. Hola, Art Hobbies. Un saludo paisano de aquí en Canadá. For Chris, says... He's
Okey
like,
doke.
what is this dude doing here?
Dos cervezas, por favor.
That's the only thing he knows how to say.
Bueno.
And, ¿Dónde está el baño?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Where's the library? Great. Destructor Liddy says, for Chris, when you lost to the Space Marines list at Sir Games Lot RTT, that was against Evan when you played all the Dreadnoughts. Up until this game, have you had some success against Space Marines? And if so, how did you, what was the main focus of your success?
So the list at Sir Games a lot, it was kind of competitive, but I was trying out a few new things.
The list you took.
Yeah, the list I took to Sir Games a lot. It was competitive, but I was trying out a few things that I haven't tournament play tested.
Yeah.
And I just got surprised by the book. I didn't read it over. I piled in all of his dreadnoughts, and he's like, actually, I'm gonna fall back, still shoot, and reroll all your -2 to hits. So even though he's hitting me on 4s and 5s, he was still like, yep, enough damage, you're flying to dead. So it just caught me by huge surprise. It's literally 4 times better. But after that, I read the book. I know what it's capable of, and it hasn't beat me yet till today. But when I play my high-end competitive list, like the Swarm Lord, the Steelers, I know I just know now that they have to be wrapped. If I can't wrap them, I play differently. The list I bought today,
especially against Ultramarine Dreadnoughts, you have to be able to just wrap them. You just need to hug them so they can't go anywhere, because if they can still fall back and shoot, which is crazy powerful. Yeah.
So I've had to change my whole strategy though. Before, I would just simply charge them, lose a couple, but even if they get the fallback, they still can't shoot. I'm okay with that. But now I have to do this strategy where I actually overrun and pile into them and wrap them. So I kill something else, and then I have to.
So they don't get to shoot you and things like that.
Now they can't get to shoot me,
Exactly.
So it's a whole different strategy.
Yeah, but I guess you just have to use more command points and that stuff that way.
Yeah.
Tyler says, good game. Hey, Tyler, how's it going, buddy? Best and worst units in your army. Let's start with you, Jeff.
It's a toss-up between the Levy Dread and Kronos. And the Levy Dread is good. It's also a liability, like Chris said. If you're a player that can wrap it, it hurts. Kronos is he's consistent, firing twice, firing 3 times, and the only thing that hurts on him is the 48-inch range, whereas the Thunderfire has much longer. But what am I complaining about 48-inch? And then Devastator Doctrine, that extra -1 on both the Levy Dread and Kronos that's it.
It's amazing.
Worst units, I'm not sold on the Eliminators. I like them for out of line of sight shooting, but they're only 3 shots each, and at 78 points,
That's a lot of points.
yeah, I'm
For what? What's 78?
the Eliminators.
I like him.
I like them. They're not. They don't usually do much though.
Yeah, but they're not. They just. Anyway, yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes,
in
that's too high,
your list, they don't do as much as
They're
they should.
good for picking off small guard characters that the ones that maybe have to come up with units.
You know what's really good at Eliminators? Raven Guard. They get +1 to hidden wound characters.
Yeah, actually, I was afraid that he'd put his snipers with Gilliman, and then just kill them out for armor. Like literally, just be like, just pick them up.
They're not. It would have been 2 or 3 turns of me shooting at them, and you would have had a chance to take them out before then. So
That does make sense.
Yeah.
Especially if they only get the D3 damage if they're direct fire. They
Yeah.
only get 1 damage if they're out of line of sight. Okay, same question for you, Chris. Best and worst units. However, I'm going to add on to this. What NID units do you think could be good that people aren't really using? So what units do you feel are like hidden gems in the Codex?
Biovores costs, they're good, but they cost too many points.
Yeah.
But I think it would be the Spore Cysts. Because, like, look what I did with the Chaplain there. Like, oh, you didn't kill me, 3 mortal wounds coming your way. Because at the end of movement, when you make 3, they're allowed to be within that 3-inch bracket.
Mhm.
So you're literally just automatically doing 3 mortal wounds. It's like a 5+ smite.
Mhm.
And they only cost 104 points. You make them Endurmonger, so they have a 3-up armor. Toughness 6, so average fire is not going to kill them. And of course, they're the only things that Tyranid have.
They
that-
can infiltrate and
yeah, so when you have like an objective heavy game, I've done it before where I put all 3 of them on one, and I'm like, you can't even control this.
until you kill them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It came from the deep says taking a look at Red Terror and the Forge World big spore mines. I actually really like Death Leaper. I think there's some really cool synergy when you use Death Leaper in some of the like Tyranid worlds, like Jormungandr Death Leapers are actually really good, or Gorgon Death Leapers can be really good with a couple of cool combos. But it's just one of those things that you know Tyranids were one of the first books, and you can kind of see how they've developed 8th edition, and a lot of the ideas they learned from all these early books are now getting put into the newer books. And so there's more stratagems, there's more synergy. You're starting to see a lot of like combos that you can kind of build. I think it's just a matter of time before they sort of like.
I think
Nids-
Size and Hill duels are going to make a comeback.
Mhm.
Because you're starting to see like how it was in 7th. You're starting to see a lot of big unit armies, and the Size and Hill duel can take care of that. And with this flyer spam, that auto hit flamer that it has, it can fall back and shoot, fall back and charge. It's deadly.
Yeah, there's a guy that I know that ran 3 of them with Swarm Mode and a Mountain Throw.
Yeah, I know him.
Because they're really fun.
He's the guy with the good painted army.
Yeah, for painted army. Okay, last comment.
No, Nids. I think Nids are a great army.
Yeah, I think they're fun.
I just don't think there's enough. I mean, not saying you're a good player, but there's not enough like top tier players playing Nids to show us really what they can do. That's why you don't see them performing as well as tournaments.
They're what Eldar was back in the day, and like where Eldar was really weak, but a good person could play them well. Like you show success with the Tyranids, but that's because you literally all you eat, breathe, live, and like soak in Tyranids.
I think they because some people come up to and they're like, oh, this is good with this is good, but I am the highest ranked Tyranid player in the world. So like sometimes when they say that stuff to me, I'm like yeah, it all makes sense, but you know I've tried a lot of stuff. I've had 3 GTs now where I was 6th, 6th, and 7th. I'm just that one win away, but it's like Hammer and Anvil, 6 flyers, and I'm like I got 1 wound in my deployment, and he's like your Hive Guard can't go in it, you know, and it just there's always that one game where right off the bat I'm like okay, obviously I'm just not gonna win.
Well, yeah, it makes it a lot tougher to win a big GT. Like a lot of special things have to like line up into place and stuff for you to happen. But thanks all for coming in, Chris. You have a new store that you just opened here in Barrie, Ontario, Canada, called Labyrinth Games and Cafe.
My shirt here.
Yeah,
Can't see it
you
much.
can't
It's
really
like
see it
white
there.
on
It's
white.
like white on white. Tell us about your store.
So it's at 12 Commerce Park Drive in
Yep.
Barrie. And, we sell magic cards. Of course, we got all the Warhammer. There's like 7 tables set up. We got 2 couches with TVs and switches. So you can come there and you can play Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, all that kind of stuff. So we've already had a couple tournaments. They don't fill up, but we can hold 16. But we had a 12-man, and it was great because when the people finished early, they were sitting down playing Smash Brothers. And we do sell food. So when you come to our tournaments, we offer free combos. Just buy a wrap and you get a free combo. And it's great. We have every second weekend is the Warhammer 40k tournament. And this one, it should be full because I run a campaign through 11th Games. And the winner of the campaign gets $500 store credit that I put in myself. As well as all the money that people pay, $50 to join. So literally $800 is going to go to the winner in store credit because I've put in $500 myself. We do have 2 missions left, followed by the main tournament. The main tournament is ITC format. But basically what the campaign is it's normal Warhammer, except you have a hero that levels up. So if you show up for like bonus days and win, lose, you get these little talent points
Like
that
a
level up your
narrative
hero.
thing.
Nice.
Yeah. So and it's like a free, it costs 0 points, And so we got 2 more weeks and then we start the tournament and the winner's gonna get $500 cash.
That's cool. Yeah, awesome. Well, that is Chris, Labyrinth Games and Cafe. So make sure you check him out in Barrie, Ontario, Canada. I've taken my little 7-year-old out to play Smash Bros. He loves it. So
Yeah, if
check him
anyone
out.
can beat my Samus, you're a pro.
Anyway, Jeff, thanks a lot for driving all the way up to
Yep.
Toronto. Congrats on
Thanks,
the win.
bud. Yep.
Chris, okay, we'll be back next week with quarterfinal number 4. Who are you guys rooting for?
Who's playing?
Jason
Yep.
and Rob. So Primaris Space Marines,
Jason.
Iron Hands,
See,
and then Jason with his demons.
Rob's playing Marines, but Jason's my boy.
Jason. Okay, we got to vote for Jason over here.
Anything that's not Space Marine.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Anyway, that is all we have for tonight. Thank you so much. I'm Skari, your grateful host. This is Jeff. This is Chris. Bye.
Love you.
See ya.
And that's the end of the stream. Bye. I don't know what you're still doing here. Leave already. Get out of here. Bye.
This is the after hours.
This is the
stream
after
now.
hours. Yeah. Not safe for work. Jeff, put that back on, Jeff.